Welcome to the life of someone who has ADHD. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with mom chats, dad chats, fam chats. They're so funny and so amazing. And they have this child named Ranch Baby. Long story. It is her birthday coming up, and she has requested a cake with a lot of high demands. And Hidden Valley has offered to collaborate with a bakery to pay for it. Here is the list of demands. It needs to have her favorite superheroes, Black Panther, Spidey, and Ghost Spider, and Green Goblin on a hoverboard. And these guys are rescuing Ranch from Green Goblin. And then there needs to be pops of yellow and a giraffe on a yellow scooter for some reason. I have decided I'm going to try to draw a prototype of this cake that includes all the things to see if I can get fam chat's approval, mom chats, dad chats, fam chat's approval, because oh my goodness, I love them so much, and this just seems like a really fun project, and it's distracting from finals. It has occurred to me that this child is not going to know these versions of the characters, so I did a bit more research and I found out that there was a kids show. Much better. Now that we have all our references, we can start drawing a basic cake. Here's essentially what I came up with. I thought the green piping around the edges and the blue streamers would match the Hidden Valley, and she wanted pops of yellow, so I figured like little splatters or explosions would look good for pops, especially since she's having superheroes and such on top of her cake. Using a picture of myself for positionality, I traced over it to make a green goblin, finished out some facial details, but I couldn't really figure out the clothes because my reference pic was tied up, so I went to Google and I did a bit of scrolling to be able to find something that worked better. Then I finished some final details on the clothing, and I had myself a pretty decent green goblin. Drawing the giraffe was really fun, but also really challenging. I've never seen a giraffe with bent legs, but it was the only way I could figure out to make it work for scootering. I'm pretty sure they bend the other way, but I also don't think that would work to make it be able to move. Once I had the legs figured out, what I did was I traced over the reference photo that I had for the giraffe for the head, and then moved it over to my drawing so I could have a more accurate head for the giraffe. I also gave it some angry eyebrows and a tongue so it'd be mad at Green Goblin. Because I have a very limited artistic ability, I traced the Spider-Man so I could get an accurate representation of what it was, then I copied it and pasted it so I could have two of them high-fiving each other. And then I very quickly realized that their hands are too far apart. And try as I might, I could not fix it. So I erased and started all over again with the hands. Once I fixed the whole hand issue, I labeled them Spin and Ghost so I could recognize them, and then realized I needed to give Ghost a hood, but once I did that, they were set. For the regular spider, I took another photo for myself to use as a positional reference as the legs were really difficult to draw, but I finally managed to get it down pat. Once I had drawn the legs, I ended up with a pretty good Spidey. Just like before, I made a copy and flipped it, but this time I'm going to use this model for Black Panther. Just as a side note, I found this little mark and I had to hop through all of my layers to see which layer I had the mark in, but I finally found it and erased it. Next I did some detail work, including Black Panther's necklace, ears, face, and boots. Then I labeled him and we were all ready to go. Then I realized I was missing arguably the most important part. I needed Lucky Ranch. So I scrolled through the Chats Fam Facebook page and managed to find the pictures taken at the office when Dad Chats had to take Lucky Ranches on a field trip. I took a screenshot of the printer, Mr. Lucky Ranch, and then I traced him, and needless to say, he looked terrifying. So I made him a bit more friendly by giving him hands. And now it was time to put everything together. Them there, and him there. There we go. Them there. Green Goblin all the way over here. A little giraffe there with his tongue sticking out. Move Green Goblin a bit closer. And there's the final product. Happy birthday, Ranch Baby.